everyone. Welcome to Good Follow Show presented by DraftKings. I'm Ros Golden and I am here with five-time WNBA All-Star Angel McCoughtry. What's up, Angel?
What's up? What's up? How you doing, Ros?
Girl, I am doing a million things at once. So my big, beautiful Brooklyn, New York City summer is coming to an end, and I officially do kind of make the move back to LA, and I move out of my space tomorrow morning. Ask me if I've packed or done anything towards that.
Wow, Ros, you have a lot.
Yeah, I haven't done anything towards it. And so I am going to spend today cleaning, packing up, trying to make this move. How you doing, Angel? You good?
We're good over here. We done came to Atlanta, so just seeing the fam. My mom's birthday is today. She's also Virgo, so doing some fun things today.
Happy birthday to your mother.
Thank you so much.
How beautiful that you two are so close in birthdays. When you were born, you were kind of like a slightly late birthday present.
Slightly early birthday present. And we're kind of like the same person, very goofy. People don't know we're very goofy, and we're Virgos. So we're always in our heads. But let's do this. Let's get started.
Let's get into it. Child, we have so many great things to talk about because guess what? It is WNBA playoffs. The postseason is here, y'all. We are dead in the thick of the first round. And let me take you through today's menu. So what we are talking about on Good Follow today, first round WNBA playoffs, we're going to identify kind of our watch list, our X factors of the two series that are going to play game 2 on Wednesday. So we're looking at the Liberty versus Mercury series game 2. We're looking at the Lynx versus the Valkyries and looking at X factors in those series. And then for the playoffs on a whole, we are following the WNBA playoffs and storylines in a brand new game. You know we like games here at Good Follow. And the name of the game is Good Follow or Unfollow. Ooh.
I like. So you guys can check out episodes Tuesdays and Thursdays. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for having me here, Ros, as usual.
Yep, Angel, you're the best. Well, let's start off with the Liberty and the Mercury. So, if you look back at that game 1 real quick, the Liberty beat the Mercury in overtime, 76-69, and they're up 1 in the series. Look, Alyssa Thomas smoked that layup that would have probably won the game. Instead, they go to overtime. Liberty win.
Right.
However, they do have a loss within it, and it's Breanna Stewart, holds on to that knee and goes down. And at the time of taping, we're still waiting to hear an update on Stewie, but it didn't look good. She was like teary-eyed on the bench. She looked uncomfortable. So as we look ahead to game 2, which is going to take place on Wednesday evening, what are some of the X factors and the things we're watching for? I mean, I think first and foremost, it's got to be Stewie's health, right?
It's definitely Stewie's health. Whenever someone goes down and they're holding the knee, I know from experience from holding the knee that it can be something very serious, especially when tears come down your eyes. So I'm hoping it's just nothing long term, that she can bounce back because they're going to need her Wednesday. Phoenix is ready. I think they're riled up and upset that they lost at home. Ros, you don't lose at home in your first game.
Yeah. I mean, they say in playoffs, it's not a series until someone steals, right? Well, with this new 1-1-1 format, 1-1-1, they're, right off the bat, the steal happened. And so now the Liberty are heading home with a chance to close out the series at home and win 2 out of 3 games. So look, with Stewie's health, she grabbed the left knee. It's the right knee that with the bone bruise that caused her to miss over a month and 13 games. So it is a different knee. But it's a huge loss for the Liberty if she's not available to play in game 2 or beyond. And for me, Stewie is one of the most effective leaders on the New York Liberty. And I covered the team all season. She is not the loudest or the most rah-rah, but she is, she has the best messaging. She knows time and place. Remember, she is the one that called the Liberty out publicly and said that the effort, urgency, it wasn't championship level. And she has the respect factor to do that. That was very strategic of her. So I think she always has the right message for this team. She is so integral to their defense. She's one of the best defenders in the league. She's a all WNBA defender in my book, with her length, her blocks, her versatility, her steals. And obviously, I think, the Liberty have a lot of talent. But for me, now that I've watched the body of work from the season this year, when the Liberty need a bucket or a response, they can go to Stewie. She's either going to find a way to score or get to the free throw line. Stewie is second in the league in free throw attempts and free throws made. And now they don't have that. So if Stewie is not playing, it is a huge loss.
It's a huge loss. And I think, like you said, from that bone bruise being on the right side and it's the left knee she was holding, sometimes we don't realize we're overcompensating all season because of an injury from something else. And that's kind of what happened to me, tearing my ACL twice. I was overcompensating on the strong leg for so long that it just gave out. So prayers up to Stewie. I mean, I think they have a big four, not a big three, with adding Natasha Cloud, making them the big four. So
she was great.
She's been great. So I feel like if Stewie is out, she's filling in that big three spot for the Liberty. I mean, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. She's holding it down right now.
I absolutely agree. And I think Tosh has been important for this Liberty team on the season, but certainly in a playoff run. She came in and said, I'm going to be that dog. You know, I think in game one, she had emotional control of the game for the Liberty. She came out just fired up. And I talk with Tosh all the time. I love a little pregame, kiki with her. And she talked about how she wants to be intentional with setting a tone for toughness. And she'll do that by attacking the rim, which she did over and over against the Mercury, or defensively getting up in somebody and trying to create offense off of defense and momentum and fire that way. I also think for this Liberty team, I talked about how Stewie's a little bit more of a reserve leader. So was JJ. So was Breanna. These aren't super, emoting leaders. Doesn't mean they don't lead. And I want to be very clear again about Stewie. Stewie is one of the most competitive players I've ever had the chance to be around. It doesn't show as roar, but I'm watching this woman play every game. She's competitive. Same with Sabrina. Same with Jonquel. So but the way Tosh is, she adds a little bit of fire and loudness and voice in huddles and in a locker room that sometimes is quiet. And, that's valuable, right? To have some rah-rah too.
You have to. It's a great balance. I think this team has the identity of being, like you said, the kind of quiet leaders. They lead by example, but they still get the job done. And Natasha adds a little bit of that oomph. I don't know what's up with this mask. Is this something with the mask or what?
I'm glad you brought up the mask, girl. So I have some tea on the mask. So first of all, so she's been shooting incredibly with the mask, way improved. So for the season from three, she's shooting 34% from three. But over the last 5 games that she's played, she's way up. She's shooting 41% from three. So I think one, Tosh steps it up for postseason. She's really stepped her game up. 2, I think a little revenge never hurts. Right now, she's played great in game 1. That's against her former team in the Phoenix Mercury.
Yeah.
But I spoke to her about the mask, everybody's saying the masked Avenger. But what Tosh likes, she said, I like to think I'm the villain when I have the mask on.
Ooh.
She likes to some people she's cool with being the villain. And she actually said that the mask is really tough to play with. It's sweaty. It slides. She said, she's so funny. She said, it messes up her hair and her braids. She be getting her hair freshly braided and it immediately looks all messed up after the mask. And actually they had to cut and widen the eyes on the sides of the mask because for peripheral vision. So it's been a process with the mask, but for some reason through all of that, she's been even better.
So it seems like because she's upset with the mask in a way, she's taking it out on the other team, which is actually making her play even better.
I don't know. Villain Tosh, though, is in her bag right now.
I'll take one mask, please. I would like to order one.
I'll take a mask for everyday life. Just to round out the convo on the Liberty, I think another X factor could be Emma Meesseman. Activate your not so secret weapon. She found a lot of success being isolated. Liberty played 5 out. And so if they're out and then throw her in there to play one-on-one, to post. Also, you could bring her out higher, give her the ball and let her facilitate. She's so cerebral, can make plays for others, fake a handoff, turn around and pass it, or just take a jumper. But I also think that if Stewie is out, asserting herself as a rebounder, and guards, everyone get in there and rebound, that's going to be key because a possessions battle is always important for the Liberty, who turned the ball over, Angel, 20 times. And gave 15 points off of those turnovers. But Angel, before we go to the next game, I just want to ask you this. Look, in game 1, none of the Mercury's big three played amazing, right?
Right.
In the sense that, like, AT had a slow first half, Alyssa Thomas. Kalia Copper started strong, but she had foul trouble that disrupted her. And Satu Sabali, uncharacteristically, I mean, she shot very poorly. 2 for 17, 1 for 10 from 3, took 10 threes, only 4 free throws. Like, how does these are finals MVPs, players who have played in WNBA finals, players who have played in the Olympics. How does experience and how can they turn this around for themselves?
They have to turn it around. This is where I would depend more on Dewana Bonner. She had 12 points, 5 rebounds the last game, but she's to me the real X factor who has the most experience out of anyone, who has the most she has championship rings. She's the one that has to rile this team up, get inside Sue's face that, listen, whatever it is, let's go. I know players are tired during this time, but we don't have time to make excuses. You got to figure it out. The tiredness you can't let it control you. Satu with 8 points, 8 rebounds. Yeah, that's a good game for someone else, but not for you, Satu, because we hold you to a higher standard. Satu, you are the X factor. If you want to win this next game, you got to score points, baby. It's just as simple as that. Find a way to win, will your team to win, and score. Find the way to score.
I'm, close with Satu, and I talk with her. I know she's very much relished the opportunity for this new chapter in Phoenix. And I know that this is the culmination of everything, this playoff run with them, of everything she was hoping for in coming here. Mm-hmm. And so, I expect that she's going to turn in a better game. And, they're a very well-coached team, Coach Tibbetts as well. But I think another key for them might be rebounds too. The Liberty out-rebounded them. Why do I say rebounds is important? A defensive rebound helps you play with pace. Yes. Liberty's defense was suffocating. Like they held Phoenix to 35% shooting from the field and 23% shooting from 3. So beat that defense down the court and create some pace. And actually, it was when they were able to play in space and with some pace that Alyssa Thomas started to find her groove and was able to get some assists going and impact the game in all the ways that we know she can. The Lynx and the Valkyries, game 1, look, this is a matchup of the 1 and the 8 seed, and it's tough. Congrats to the Valkyries. It was the franchise's first ever playoff game. And in the first quarter, they came out red hot. They actually outscored the Lynx 28-21 in that first quarter. Of course, the Lynx then turned it on from there. Absolutely. Yeah. Turned up their defense. And the Valkyries never scored over 18 points in any quarter after that. And they ended up losing by almost 30, 101-72. All right. It was what it was. Now the Valkyries are headed back to the Bay with the chance to tie it up. And first of all, shout out with their newly crowned most improved player of the year, Veronica Burton. Yay! Woo! I do think Natisha Hideyoman has been an X factor for the Lynx. What do you think?
She is the X factor. I don't know. Once again, the pink hair. I don't know. Everybody's finding their swag. That thing that gives them their swag. 18 points, 3 rebounds off the bench. That is the most important thing for a championship team, to have those bench points. And she's shown that being aggressive. I mean, to me, that's the mark of a championship team. And as far as the Valkyries, I mean, having, the most improved player and Veronica Burton, I mean, from me to them, you've done what you needed to do this season. No matter what happens with the Lynx, I'm so proud of the Valkyries. And you're going to take this experience and you guys are going to be a more dangerous team with years to come.
Absolutely. So take what you can from this. First of all, come out and compete. If there's one thing about the Valkyries, they're a tough squad. And, another thing that they can lean on too is their crowd. Now, the game is actually going to be at the SAP. I think it won't be at Chase Center, but it'll still be in the Bay, or it'll be in San Jose, something like that. Yeah. Angel, you've been displaced before in playoffs. My feeling is this. I know the fans of the Bay Area are still going to make whatever arena they're in super loud and crunk. It won't be exactly, Valhalla, but you think that crowd could be an X factor for them?
From my experience, when I was in Atlanta, we were going to the finals every year, and we got kicked out for Disney on Ice. We love the kids, but Disney on Ice. I mean, so it did throw us off a little bit. We lost a lot of fan base. The gym was smaller. It was out in Gwinnett, not in the city. So we had those issues. But if it's still in San Fran, in the heart of the city, and the fans are still going to be loud as they were in the Chase Center, they should be fine.
Look, they got to lean in on that crowd. Like if there's any team in the WNBA where I say the crowd was really like a sixth woman or an X factor, it absolutely fed the success of the Valkyries. So crowd bring it. And, I think for the Valkyries to stay close in this game, you've got to take better care of the ball. They had 16 turnovers. And I think you got to keep an eye on threes. If they can hit double-digit threes, they have a shot at this. They hit 5 of 8 in the first quarter, and they were leading. But then for the rest of the game, they hit 5 of 23. And like literally, the Lynx have the number 1 rated defense in the league. So no surprise, they turned that defense up and shut that whole thing down. And, my last point I'll say for the Lynx is this. We called out Natisha Hideyoman, but the bench for the Lynx outscored the Valkyries 42-17. And that's not just Natisha Hideyoman. That's Jessica Shepard off the bench, who had 12 points, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks, 4 assists, 1 steal, no turnovers. Like you got players coming off the bench in Shepard, who's a plus 26, and Natisha Hideyoman, who's a plus 30. That's crazy. You got a good shot to win. But I got to wrap this thing up because we got a game to play on the other side. Y'all stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Good Follow. Today's episode is presented by DraftKings. It's now time for the DraftKings pick of the week, presented by DraftKings. Let's get it. This week, I have my eye on the 4 and 5 seed matchup between the Phoenix Mercury and the New York Liberty in Game 2. New York took the first game on the road, and now in front of their home crowd, I'm picking them to take the series. My players to watch are Jonquel Jones and Satou Sabally. When Jonquel gets a double-double, the Liberty are undefeated. And Satou Sabally had an uncharacteristically rough shooting night in Game 1, but I'm counting on her veteran experience to help her bounce back with strong shot selection in Game 2. I think we have another nail-biter on the way. This segment is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Okay. Guys, we have a game, okay? The playoffs have already been wild, and not just because of the basketball. So in this game, we are going to follow some of our favorite storylines of the playoffs in a brand new game of Good Follow or Unfollow.
All right.
You like that? You like
I
that?
love it. I can't wait. Yes.
Who's had a bigger year than the StudBudz? So they rock the pink hair. And to show love, Minnesota Lynx fans have been rocking pink wigs at the games. Even dogs have been rocking the pink. But if the Lynx and the Aces end up on a collision course in these playoffs, well, then on the other side, A'ja Wilson has been known to rock a pink wig too. Don't forget from Media Day, or Becky Hammon, who rocked a wig post-game at a press conference. So, good follow or unfollow? Lynx fans and StudBudz own the pink wig trend and made it pop culture?
I'm going to go with good follow for the StudBudz. Even though A'ja did it first, the StudBudz the trend is like trending right now. They took it to another level, man. The dogs are wearing pink. I'm about to wear pink.
Yeah.
I think you're about to wear pink, Ros. I don't know.
Yes, and actually they do have the upper hand too, because I think, Cheryl Reeves said if they win the championship, she's going to dye her hair pink.
Cheryl
Reeves said that. I don't think I'm putting words into her head. I remember that. And, they've really become pop culture themselves. They have transcended now just WNBA basketball. Not that A'ja hasn't either. And I will say, if A'ja is the best player in the world or a favorite or arguably the MVP, it hasn't been announced yet. That should stand for something too, right?
Yeah.
And she did do it first, right?
She did.
But okay. But I kind of feel like we're saying StudBudz and their Lynx fans that came to the game in the wigs might get that one. Okay. Speaking of StudBudz, let's move to the next category. Natisha Hideyoman unveiled a new look on stream after getting her makeup done. She got styled. She borrowed a wig from teammate Dejanay Carrington. Dejanay hooked her up. Now we know Dejanay comes beat. She stays looking amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So she did her big one on Natisha, and I saw they were saying Femme. So Femme made quite the splash on social media. And Natisha's new look, is it a good follow or an unfollow?
I'm a unfollow.
Wait, why were you unfollowing? I can't believe that.
Okay, I'm gonna be
it.
Follow it. I like the look.
No, unfollow. Stand for something. Why?
You know what? I'm not used to it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna follow that. Don't hate me, guys.
No. Don't be that. That's you and Tom's opinion. I think it's a great follow because first of all, people were acting all surprised. I was like, anyone with a trained eye could see that she had the potential for Femme. You know, she's a beautiful girl. You know, like her eyes. She just needed somebody. You know,
I think we were just surprised.
She didn't need it.
Like you said,
they put it together. You know, I could see her beauty in either with however she wants to show up. Yeah. But if she wants to get decked out and be Femme, I wasn't surprised at all. I was like, yep, I saw that. I peeped that. And what was funny though is that like I could tell that that's not her norm because like how she was walking in the heels or even how she was like moving her face and she was like, I'm about to steal your man. I was crying laughing. You know, but one thing I'll say is I think this Lynx team is having a lot of fun and that's really important for the playoffs, right?
Yes.
And one more thing I'll add, you know, I know we're having fun, but you know, not to get all think PC on you, but I do think this is why the StudBudz are important. Like they authentically have put to mainstream, like we're having conversations about like expressions of femininity, of masculinity, of sexuality, of like male or female presenting, like, you know, being gay, being straight, being bi, like, and on huge stages, like they're doing Vogue. StudBudz have been on Vogue. Like they have transcended, you know, doing, you know, WNBA Weekly, you know, so it's, I think, and to be centered as Black, stud, masculine presenting, lesbian hoopers who don't usually get that stage and the way they're doing and they're so captivating and natural, I think it's important. And this is just one of the ways that they just naturally do it, you know?
They're breaking the rules and it's so much fun.
Paige Bueckers has been announced the Rookie of the Year, but it was done in style with unique presentation. Let's take a look.
She's the one. Paige Bueckers at J-Hud. Shooting buckets, she's the one.
Bet on the last person you thought you'd see on this cool spirit tunnel. But I'm here to present you with the 2025 Kia WNBA Rookie of the Year Award. Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that was so creative doing that on the Jennifer Hudson show. That walk is like reserved for the biggest of celebrities, and a surprise for Paige, who won Rookie of the Year. Paige won with 70 votes. So Sonia Citron got 2. She won in dominating fashion, but not unanimous. Sonia Citron came in second with 2 votes. So first of all, our surprise award announcements, a good follow or an unfollow?
Always a good follow. I mean, the dance moves. I like this. We're going to name this page, this dance with your hands. I mean, and then the surprise at the end. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. That's the biggest stage to win Rookie of the Year.
I love that. The creativity of that. And again, transcending outside the game, hitting pop culture. That's something that you're going to see, you know, pop up on the Shade Room or whatever. And honestly, I love seeing the celebrities come down Jennifer Hudson's, you know, hallway. I love seeing the way they get creative about how to sing the song and present the stars. Yeah. And I know it's a huge moment of judgment too. Like who really got pizzazz? Who got riz? Who got rhythm? You know, who's smooth? And one thing I gotta say, one thing about Paige, she's so effortlessly smooth, man. She's so cool. Like she came down there with rhythm. She looked great. Like, and then received her award. It couldn't be cooler.
It couldn't be cooler. And the jacket. I mean, can I get one of those jackets, please? Add that to the tab with the mask.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, congratulations to Paige Bueckers, the favorite for Rookie of the Year. She came through with the award, the #1 draft pick, and actually, good follow or unfollow. I'm going to go good follow on our show. If you haven't yet followed or subscribed, please do it. We come on every Tuesday and Thursday. Good Follow is presented by DraftKings. Guys, we're out of time. This show just flies. Angel, thanks for pulling up.
Thank you.
All right, y'all, we're out.